I mean, she wanted me to post something with her. I know she has concerns about that, but I have to show her that my eyes only seeing her and no one else. Exotic dancer, you feel powerful there. You are the only man and all the girls are getting crazy for you. They are screaming, want to touch you.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about all the little... Oh, wait, what's the lyrics again? All right, listen. You know the thing that I don't like about this couple? Everything around them is all about physicality. Nothing about them is necessarily about the emotion part. Physicality is definitely a big thing and a very important thing in a relationship. But the physicality is only as good as the mental connection that you have. And it seems to me that whenever they have an issue, the best way to resolve it is pretty much sexual, or at least on his end. He's like, well, she's upset because of blah, 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 blah. So therefore, I'm going to do a dance for her that I have done for thousands of women over the years. How can that make anyone feel special? Now, to justify it, he's like, well, now I'm only going to dance for her. Okay, do you want a medal? I mean, listen, for me personally, if I'm a woman and I'm in this position where my man has upset me and he's going to cheer me up, am I going to want him to cheer me up with something that he has done for multiple other women over the years? Fair enough, I may be the first ever woman he's done it for, you know, on a one-to-one basis. And the first woman, maybe he's done it for like for free of charge. I don't know. But either way though, you have done this so many others. And do you know what's crazy? In this one, he talks about how he's danced for so many women, but he's never actually necessarily got an arousal. But right now, he has an arousal. Wow, that makes me feel so much special. That makes things so much better. The way I look at it is this. If you've done something wrong, then you do something about it that is not a part of your past or not something that is just bad. For me personally, it's lazy. But for them, well, this is why their relationship is clearly, if you ask me, toxic. Because they don't know how to do. Well, I don't want to say that Shekinah doesn't know how to, because she's definitely addressing her things. This man, he has no experience in relationships, so he definitely doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And a real woman would not stand for this. A real woman would be like, nah, we ain't doing this, buddy. And that's where Shekinah is not a woman. We continue.
What's the
I thought we talked about
what?
female clients. What do you mean wait?
It's my business. I will do it later, okay?
Training a client, and I guess I just assumed it was a guy because we've talked about him having female clients and kissing women on the cheek, and we agreed that he's not going to do that, and he's doing both.
The thing that I find most jarring about her is that her complaints are based on what's happened to her in her life, not necessarily what is happening to her currently. But I understand that he's got a track record, so therefore it's definitely going to make you feel some type of way. But that's why that's why you don't go in a relationship with somebody that triggers your insecurities. It's just that simple. Now, there was a difference between somebody that triggers insecurities compared to you not being over his insecurities. We are dealing with a woman who has both situations here. Because in my opinion, it doesn't matter the guy, she's still going to be behaving this way. But of course, she's ended up with a guy that, well, he lives and breathes what triggers her most. But the biggest problem that I have is that this is his line of work. How can you walk into his life and then expect him to drop all of his female clients when that's the majority of his clients? At the end of the day, this is how he earns money and this is how he brings bread to the table. And without it, well then what? What is she now saying that she can be more than happy to be the breadwinner? She can be more than happy to then look after him and all them kind of stuff? Like, let's keep it realistic here. You know, I hate it when people walk into someone's life and then don't want that person to do the job that they've been doing. That doesn't make any sense. If you got an issue with it, well then don't walk in. Well, the moment you walk into their life and you find that you don't like what they do, then walk straight the back out. Don't stay in it until you catch feelings and then try and change that person's income. That makes no sense. You see what I'm saying? It's like me walking into it's like me, you know, dating a woman and I find out that she's an OnlyFans girl. Okay? And then I'm like, oh, you can't do this, da. Personally, I have no right because you were doing this before I existed. And it's up to you if you want to continue doing it, given that you're now in a relationship with me. That isn't entirely up to you. And your decision will determine where I stand. Point blank, period.
I am really angry when I saw her not in the gym and found her in the dressing room eating candy, looking.
You're being so bitchy, man.
You're gonna call me a bitch right now when I'm upset? We talked about you not having female clients. We also talked about you not kissing women on the cheeks. You're dating an American girl now.
Well, that escalated rather quickly, didn't it now? I mean, to be honest with you, I saw that lollipop being dashed earlier on. The second that he saw it, he was like, what is she doing eating the candy in the gym? This is not the place for that. She shouldn't be doing that. And it's crazy because he's gone in there to find out what the hell was going on. But instead of finding out what's going on, he's then being distracted by just the fact that she's eating a lollipop. Not even eating, just sucking on it, to be honest with you. So now he's upset because she's too busy enjoying the candy. Meanwhile, she's upset because he's been training a woman and they gave each other cheek-to-cheek contact. Talk about two people who are on two different freaking pages. That is called a healthy relationship, right? Understanding your partner's issues. But then we move on to the end. The point where he calls her a BTICH and she's like, you're going to call me that while I'm upset now? It's like they're fighting over who should be upset with what. Talk about a healthy relationship. And let's not forget, this relationship is meant to be the perfect role model of a healthy relationship for her daughter to see. And so far, she's been a great role model for her daughter to see. And then also, you then saw the pinnacle, the part that I was pretty much waiting for because I saw it coming. Man grabs it, dashes it on the floor. To be fair, she was sucking it in a very, very antagonizing way, if you ask me. I'm just like, lady, please put it down. Wait, shoot up. Yeah. I was like, raw, like, it was annoying me personally, to be honest with you. So I was happy to see that. I'm not gonna lie to you. But that's not the point. The point being is, I just love the display of a positive relationship. A relationship that shows two people both annoyed with each other for two different freaking reasons and not really wanting to actually focus on the actual problem. But that's the question though, isn't it? That is the question. What is the actual problem?
The men in Turkey don't want to get personal trainings much. It's a very normal thing.
This is shocking news to me. I had no idea that the majority of his clients were female. So
personally, that sounds stupid as hell. How can you not know that his clientele would be women? I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if most men's clients were women. I mean, look at it this way. When women are PTs, women's clientele is predominantly women more than it is men. Because I can imagine there's going to be less men that's going to want to be taught by a woman just due to just society, right? But also at the same time, I know there's going to be a huge amount of women that are going to want to be trained by men. And to be honest with you, I genuinely do believe that there are more women in the world, personally, that have trainers than there are men. Why? Because men have somewhat of an ego to be like, I don't need a trainer, I got this. And usually the only time a man usually has a trainer is if really and truly they're really that out of shape and they need help. And they need help like as in like they need somebody to keep them accountable. Or if they're just filthy rich and they just want someone to do everything for them, then there's also that part too. Generally speaking, from what I've seen, usually women that have PTs, whether their PT is a man or woman. So the fact that she's come out with this ridiculous statement is actually quite wild to me. Which goes back to the point before. What is the actual issue? The actual issue is that we are dealing with a woman that is carrying her baggage of trauma with her wherever she goes. And that's why it keeps weighing her down. Weighing her down so much. She could be ruining the best thing that's ever happened to her. That wouldn't be him. Let's calm that down. Mr. 2,500 women in the world he's ever been with, right? Yeah, no, it wouldn't be him. But definitely it's a possibility that she may do that, you know what I mean? But either way, though, we are still dealing with somebody who thinks that she's in a healthy relationship. And it's bizarre to me. It's annoying to me. It's just outrageous. But Shekinah is the perfect example of somebody that will go into a situation and only project her past. Only project her past and not actually pay attention to the actual relationship itself in particular. But like I said before, the difference between somebody who will be in a situation where they project their own past on somebody compared to someone that generally goes with somebody that actually triggers their insecurities. And like I said before, she's in a situation where she's got both, which is why it is wild she's actually in this relationship. And to be honest with you, I don't even know why he's even in this relationship, to be honest with you. Why would you want to be with somebody that is nagging you all the freaking time? Somebody's now telling you that they do not want you to do your job, the thing that brings in your income. I mean, look at it this way. If I was a man that had a sexual track record like his, and I decided to finally settle down, I ain't settling down with nobody that's going to give me a headache. Point blank, period. But hey, you guys let me know what you're thinking. We can talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.